Hello, hello. Good evening. We may be a couple of minutes early, but that's better than being as late as we were last night with the podcast. So there you go. Just giving a shout out to my sponsors, Axminster Tools and Machinery. So just let me get this into ye olde tripod. So Nicola, can you just... Nicola's here with me. Say hello, Nicola.
Hello.
Can you just...
Get you in frame.
Yeah, so...
Yes, that's okay. You sit down and then I'll just make sure you're...
Remember to turn that clockwise to lock it off the tilt handle.
Right, tighty, lefty, loosey.
That's right. Remove that. So
Okay.
I'm sort of in position there.
Right.
Okay.
If you move your stuff nearer you, can you move it along a bit?
Towards me.
Towards your left hand. That's better. You sort of, I've almost got you in frame there.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, folks. So we'll ease our way into this. This is only going to be about an hour long live stream. We were doing an hour, and then we were going to get into the house to listen to my feature on Radio 4. But I've been contacted by Tom, the journalist that did the story, and it's been what's the word? Bumped until a later date. He says he didn't want to crop the interview to make it fit tonight's show, so he'll put it on later. So we'll let you know when it's going to air. So sorry about that, folks. We're obviously not disappointed, but we were excited to listen to it. So hey ho. Right. So what I'm doing tonight is I'm going to do some practice. I have had a practice with one of these. It's the engraver. Now, I purchased this on the recommendation of Nick Agar. He had a number of engravers in his workshop for when he's doing his texturing on his pieces. Well, this was in his UK workshop before he moved over to the States. So he had some very expensive engravers, professional quality things with variable speed and doodads and gadgets all over the place. But obviously this was the first time that I'd used one, so he let me have a go of this exact model. He had one of these. They're not very expensive. You can get them probably eBay and Amazon for between 15 and 20 bananas. So depending on the exchange rate of where you live, not very expensive. And it is percussive, not rotary. So it isn't skittish like a rotary tool. You can put it down and it can be trying to get away at you a vast rate of knots. This isn't. It's percussive, so it's hammering the surface that you're working on rapidly to engrave. So I'll just switch it on. So that was it vibrating, and it has got a dial here which makes it hit harder or softer. So audibly that's quieter to me, whereas that's making a louder rattle, and I can feel it buzzing in my hand greater. So I've got this old piece of what in the States, I don't know, what do you call it, particle board we call it. It's a chipboard that's got a veneer on, but I thought it'll punch through this hopefully and leave a good contrast. If I was using a light piece of wood, it might be hard for the camera to pick up, the phone camera. So that's what we're going to do. So we've got that. It comes with a few different bits, tools, but I've also found that depending on the collet you would have in your, say, Dremel, these rotary tool accessories, depending on the diameter of the shaft, can fit in the end here. and it's just by means of a little hex key set screw there. So you're just slacking it off, pull that bit out, put the one in, and this is sort of like just a tip, a pointy tip, and you get some with a different thickness. I think this is the pointiest, the sharpest. So you get a selection of bits with your kit, an Allen key, and also it came with these simple alphanumeric stencils and a miscellaneous assortment of shapes, so you can have fun. But I got some of these from an art shop not too far away from here. So I got a selection. These are the leaf ones. I got some, which ones are these? I think these are the Celtic ones. So you can do Celtic designs. Obviously these for use for paints and things like that, but I'm going to use them tonight and see what sort of effects we get, assisting me, rather than going freehand and it looking like a spider's done it with X-Acto knives on the end of each legs. So this is obviously Viking one, near and dear to my heart. Vikings, Norse mythology, things like that. So we shall have a play with a few of them. So I can tell a couple of them by touch, and that's very obviously an oak leaf. So is it coming through loud and clear, Nicola?
Yeah.
Good picture.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is...
It's just the only thing is you can only see, well, only see your nose really.
Okay.
I don't think there's much I can do with that.
Right, so I'm just going to put this randomly on the board. I've still got my wedding ring on, I know, but there is nothing dangerous in this. There's nothing spinning at 3000 RPM, you know. It hasn't got horsepower behind it, this machine. Nothing to get tangled and stuff like that. So I'm just going to tear off a bit of masking tape, known in the US as painter's tape. Just feel with my fingers. And I'm just going to try and hold this in place with some tape. So,
Let's tell you who's on.
please.
Leona Fay.
Hi, Leona.
Wayne the woodturner.
Hi, Wayne.
Temple Boy Turning.
Hi, Steve.
Wagger.
Hi, Wagger.
Thomas Everard.
Hello, Thomas.
JP Woodwork.
JP, you the man. In fact, you're all the men and the ladies. Everyone that's listening, everyone that has ever listened, people that are gonna listen in the future that haven't yet, you all rock, and you know it. So, right, so let's just have a slight little feel. So just getting my head. So hopefully this tip, because it isn't spinning and it isn't skittish, hopefully I can follow this line. It'd be better if it was acrylic or steel, but I haven't got any laser cutters or things like that, you know, or water jet cutters or anything. So it's a bit of card. So basically I'm going to...
We've also got Tina Tuttle, who says, "Hi, love watching you work, just brilliant."
Hi, Tina.
And Diana Miranda from West Palm Beach, Florida.
Woohoo! Whoa, exotic. Welcome to the wet, dingy, chilly northwest of England.
Oh yeah, you need to just give your Minecrafting mug a bit of a turn to the camera.
Can you see it there?
This is lagging a bit, so you're just picking it up now, just turning it round. Yes.
Okay, that's my beautiful powder coated, branded, thermal insulated, American style, holds a bucket worth of tea, which is good in my book. from Chad Mancrafting. Check him out.
Yeah.
And Jamie from JP Woodworks played a massive part in cobbling it all together and getting it shipped over. So thanks, guys. I've said thanks before, but yeah, there you go.
You love it though, don't you?
Oh yeah, it is amazing. Yeah, and it stays hot for such a long time. And we travelled down to Northampton on Thursday. I've got a demo in Northampton. It's about a 3-hour drive. So this will keep a cup of tea lovely and hot for the duration. And I'll fill it all the way to the top, so I can just sip that on the drive. So I'll just leave that over there for a bit. So anyway, let's get started. So let's just, I think what I'm going to do is the outline first, and then try and scribble the inside. Having a mess with this previously on the Christmas tea that I did for Joe Kretschmer as a charity thing, doing little circles like you are scribbling was good, and I liked that the way that felt. So
Do you want to move it just a bit to your left again? It's just slightly going out of shot.
how's that? I know you said it's a bit.
And I've got a lag. That's better. Yeah, thank you.
Right, okay. So, yeah, excuse me. I might just get in the way from time to time, but I will pull back and have a feel. So, right, I'm going to... It's doing something. It's doing something, and I can feel the veneer just fracturing as the tip gives it some therapy. So let's find where I was, and then let's continue. I went a bit off track there. I could feel myself wandering, which is not the end of the world, because I will be doodling in the middle. So obviously, let me just say the reason that I'm learning this technique and having some practice with you guys is that this might be a cool effect to do on wood turn things. You know, if I got Nicola to line this up nice in the bottom of a bowl and tape the stencil in, because it's card, it would comply really to the radius. I'm thinking of incorporating this into some wood turnings in the future. Yeah. That's why I'm intrigued to have a play around with it. So anyway, let's... Right, I think I'm all the way around now. So yeah, Nick Agar incorporates a lot of engraved texture on his pieces. So yeah, if it's good enough for Nick, it's good enough for me. So and sharing this with you guys hopefully you'll be inspired to give it a go and try it out. And if you're not a wood turner, you might be into your pyro and stuff like that, or even carpentry flat work. This might be a way for you to really make unique and bespoke items in your own workshops or sheds. So I just thought we'd have a mess and share. So right, I think I'm going to start scribbling it in now. So this is just going to be completely random, Nicola, okay? And I'm just going to doodle and scribble, okay? So it feels weird in the hand, this thing buzzing away, but it's not uncomfortable, it's not painful. I haven't pressed it against my finger while it's on. I wouldn't recommend it, but I don't think it would cause an injury. Might be a bit uncomfortable, might be getting, the enjoyment buzzers that you shake hands with. It might be that sort of effect, but I won't try that. Anyway, let's... So, it's beginning to feel pretty cool. Are they catching that?
Yeah.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Is it coming in clear? So, it's easier if I lift this to the camera because they're not held very securely in those clamps. So, if I... You see that?
Yeah.
So I can feel some pretty amazing texture coming on there now.
It looks good.
So I'm going to continue, folks, just to scribble away. Is that in frame there, roughly?
A bit left to you, that's better.
Okay. Right, so I'll carry on, folks. I can feel a bit maybe there where I just need to go over again.
Yeah, it looks sort of like fine curls.
Okay. Have a feel. It's quite a quick process as well, folks, because I've got it. I can feel an area of mist there. Obviously, you guys, with your vision, you'll be able to see I have to periodically start, stop, feel, just like the wood turning, and I can feel where there are flat areas without any texture. So, quite a quick process, yeah. Wouldn't take you long to embellish a piece, really.
Rock and Woodwork says, is that the type that reciprocates a steel needle?
Yes. Yes, it is. Yeah, a prize to that chap. Yes, it's not rotary, it does reciprocate. That shall be the word for the day. Right, even though that's only a piece of card, it does provide me with quite a positive stop. I can feel it, and you hit it, and there is the resistance there. So basically, I'm going to pull back the tape now and reveal this oak leaf.
Steve says that he thinks you could flood the engraved areas with paint or resin
Yeah,
and then sand it flush for another effect.
yes, he's showing off. Yeah, you could. This is the great thing about sort of like sharing YouTube videos. I'm just trying to get to grips with it and learn the basics, but already it has started igniting creativity and thoughts with others, which is the beauty of sharing your stuff. You know, just tear it off carefully so I don't rip the card. How's that?
Oh, that's good. Yeah, do you want to tip it up to the camera?
Yeah. Maybe not the best material.
That's better.
And of course, with more practice, you could do sort of like the centre rib of the
Yeah.
leaf as well,
Yeah.
couldn't you?
Yeah.
But that's with more practice. But yeah, there's a definite lip to it there. You know, when you do the electro etching, and
Yeah.
then there is sort of like 1/1000th of an inch lip where the steel meets the eroded part. You've got that effect here.
Well, you've definitely taken.
You know, in that area.
So is that good?
Yeah, it looks good.
Right.
You've taken like that layer off, haven't
Yeah,
you?
yeah,
Almost.
yeah. And with more work, and you know, keep going over that for a longer period, you will get it deeper. Well, that's pretty cool. That's proof of concept.
Yes.
So that works. It was fast. It was easy. For me to freehand that would be an absolute nightmare. An absolute nightmare. You guys won't have to. You could. What you guys could do is you could put that and do your outline with pen, a sharpie, a fine sharpie, or a pencil. But I can't, so that's why I'm having a stencil to guide me. But success. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, in these you get lots and lots. They're probably intended for kids, but I'm sure artists that might want to do some stencil designs in the house, or you know, in the lounge or the kitchen, wherever. Is that. So let's see if this will pull off without annihilating the card. So what are your thoughts on that, folks?
Wayne the Woodturner said nice one. Cool. Awesome from Wagger. Maggie is here. Hello everyone.
Hi, Maggie. Right, I'm going to try now a different stencil. Should we do a Celtic design?
Yeah.
Oh, all the blokes in Ireland now are going, that'd be grand afterwards. I'd be absolutely. I think I want to do a bit of a Celtic. All right, now, which one shall we do? Can you pick one, Nicola?
Yeah, do you want to pass it over here?
Yeah.
How complicated do you want it?
Not very, because we don't want to be here.
All night.
Yeah, all night. Cheers, everybody. Skull.
Well, you're probably best doing this one. This is probably the sort of simplest one. Shall I tear it out?
Please, yeah. I think the perforated.
Yeah. Yeah. The little perforations
Yes.
make the teeth flood out.
Oh, be careful. Licensing issues here. Branding.
I know, but I can't remember which tea it was.
Bit of cupping in this piece of wood, so I'll flip it over. So, yes.
So I said that I'll be sorting out last night's podcast and getting it uploaded in the right place.
Yeah, can't get the staff, folks. No, it was a bit infuriating what happened, but we're podcast rookies.
We are. But I listened to it this morning on the way into Manchester, and it sounds okay. So
Were you entertained?
Yes, I was. I was entertained by us.
Yes.
No, it was good.
Bit of self-gratification. Okay.
Can I just give a shout out to Katya?
Of course you can. Where's she watching?
I don't know. There's a lady in Manchester, I might have mentioned to her before, her Instagram is Easy Insta Manchester, MCR. She is someone that I've met in the last few months. She does this thing called Insta Cake in Manchester, where a few of us get together, we take photographs, we eat cake, drink copious amounts of tea or coffee and talk about Instagram. She's just launched yesterday her podcast, which is called Going Rogue, and she's interviewing an illustrator called Dick Vincent, and it was really interesting. He lost his entire following on Instagram. He had about 36,000 followers, all in one fell swoop. So it's really interesting hearing about
Why?
what that meant to. He had an email and he clicked something and it wiped out his whole account.
All right.
I think it was hacked or something like that.
All right. Okay.
So yeah, he's talking about what it meant and how it's actually been a good thing. But it was, I've really enjoyed the podcast.
Yes.
Right.
Well, I'll have a listen to that
Yeah.
when we're. In fact, when we go down to Northampton
Yeah.
on Thursday. Right, folks. So I'm gonna have a dabble with something a bit more complex. It's not just a one-piece stencil. There are quite a few different parts to this. So it's a Celtic design. Lovely jubbly. I've said it before and I'll say it again. My maternal relatives are from Roscommon in Ireland. So, happy days. So, right, so again, I'm just feeling where I'm going to start from. This might take a while, but I'll keep stopping, answer a few questions if you've got them.
After some comments, I'll do them in a second.
Okay, I'll do a couple of segments on this. Right, what I tried to do there was just straight away go into, let's call it, colouring in, filling in. without going around the outside, and I was beginning to wander more, and I think I even jumped a whole section and started on a different segment because I was going one way and then I felt that I jumped over, which was pretty sketchy. So
Steve says Chris will be doing free tattoos at local.
yeah. And the colour will be your own blood.
They said, but you have to book early as you've got limited spaces. Well, it could take.
And also with me doing it, you probably be sat in the chair for about 5 weeks. Having said that, it could be quite a good money spinner if I'm like, £100 an hour. So carrying on. Like Jimmy does with his stencil and his spray can, I can do this with a stencil of the blind wood turner and brand everybody.
Wagger says, have you got different shaped tips for the engraver? Would be nice to put different shaped tips for more effects.
They're all, I think, just let me do this pattern and then I'll have a feel. I think they're all pretty much the same, roughly the same shape, but the angle of the point might differ. But I'll have a feel in the packet in a few minutes, Wagger. So went off track again there. I'm just stopping now to have a feel what portions I've done and what I have yet to do. I think just a few here up at the top. can tell I'm enjoying it because I keep sticking my tongue out. The tongue of concentration. Oh, I've missed a big part there. Right, I think I've done.
So is that the only tip you've got?
No, there's some other tips. I'm going to check in a minute. I think I'm ready for the reveal. Oh no, I've missed a load there as well. Sorry. I think I've got it all now. But it'll be interesting anyway, even if I've missed a couple of places. I don't think I have. How's
Have
that?
you just done the outline of it?
Sorry?
Did you just do the outline of it?
I've just done the, obviously the open parts.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. The wife didn't sound convinced there, folks. Yeah.
No, it just looked. I think I was at the wrong angle. It looks. Yeah.
So,
It looks on the stencil like these bits that you've done should be bigger, but
alright.
um.
Can you see it on the doodad?
Yes.
So there you go. A quick Celtic design. Right then, so do they have different bits? Yes. Just let me have a feel. Right, so they're in this little bag. So,
Are they metal stencils?
no, what these are card. I could do with some metal ones. Ultimately, these card ones will get. That's another Dremel bit. Will get ruined by the constant hammering that they receive. So
Umberto Biaggi, great name, says looks like you're tattooing wood.
yes, feels like I'm tattooing wood. Sounds like I'm tattooing wood. So these.
Leona said it would be nice with a brush of paint over it, then wiped off. And Wagger said gold leaf on the top as well.
Okay.
Steve said obviously a little harder for Chris, but I would score the outline with a sharp knife before going with the engraver. Maggie said or shoe polish. I think that's with a sort of paint on top.
So if I was to apply some paint to that and then sand off.
Yeah. I'm just thinking of like the gold leaf stuff. What's this we've got? We've got this buffet here. Fast drying glossy craft polish.
Well, let's give it a go then.
This is brand new, it's not been opened yet.
Won't be brand new in a minute after I get my dirty
It's
mitts.
gold. Try this on it.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is just shuffle over here to get a brush. Piece of waste card. So Yeah, and just while I'm trying to kill myself in my own workshop, these different, yeah, one feels not as sharp there, and then another one with a slight point, and then another one with a different point. But actually, having said that, the other end is rounded over. You could actually probably do something with the other end.
Have you tried a rotary engraving tool?
I haven't, but I think it would be a lot harder for me to control than that. I like the way that feels, and it's, for me, it's more controllable. So what are we saying, that I just dab this on?
Yes, so it's, I'll just show them what this is. Buffet, fast drying glossy craft polish, can be applied to almost any dry absorbent surface, cardboard, wood. Load a small quantity onto a dry sponge or soft cloth and polish with a gentle buffing action until the object has a glossy finish.
Well, I'm doing something completely different.
Yeah, I think this was David Lowe. I think we got this at UKIS.
Yeah. So I'm stippling. Trying to stipple it into the texture. Oh, there's a brushing
Quite
action.
like that.
But I was thinking, if you brushed it in like that,
Yeah.
and then if we let it dry, then if I go over the top with some abrasive on a block,
Yeah.
hopefully it will leave some in the detail.
That could look good.
So we'll give that just a second. To set up. So I hope you can see that all right, folks.
Let me just tell you what people are saying.
People are saying, pack it in, Chris, give it up, go back inside.
Wagger says you could use a whitewash and leave the paint in the dents. Maggie said brass powder. Steve says you can get it free from your local key cutting shop. Or Oliver's woodturning.
Try to fill my hole.
JP says you're a whiz with that makeup brush. Have you done it before?
No, I haven't, you cheeky young scamp.
Dark Lord of Cats Devore said it's looking so pretty, but it's 2 p.m. over here and my lunch break is over. Oh.
Ah,
Well, it'll be on the YouTube channel later when we've finished.
and he's often the way with being visually impaired or blind. It took me far too long to find that. Well, how about if I just flip this around? So I've got a very rotund end to this now. It's not aggressive or sharp at all. So let me get some abrasive.
We've got some acrylic gold here as well.
Okay, well,
applied to sealed surface, ready to gild in 15 minutes. Water-based gold.
woulda, shoulda, coulda. Right, anyway, so let's see. Not doing anything?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think there's some in there.
The same with everything, you know, it will need. Well, let's try. In fact, if you get me some of that, you know, that chalk paint I made up. It's in an old yogurt pot, I think, or an old. To the left-hand side of the shelf.
How big?
There's two there. What? Any?
There's tomato and mascarpone.
Yeah, I've got some tomato and mascarpone paint here. So. So. Smells like a baby. Tomorrow I will be beginning to get all the stuff together for the demo. Well, I'll just think about talking about that. So yeah, it's ice. Or is it ice?
Ice and Neem Valley Woodturners.
Ice and Neem Valley Woodturning Club.
ISE.
Northamptonshire, Worcestershire. So we're travelling down there. What time's the demo? Is it an evening demo? I'm guessing it is.
Yeah.
An evening demo at Woodturning Club. It's about a 3-hour drive, so when we finish, we're driving straight home. Are we?
Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
So we're not going to be home.
It starts at 7.
Yeah.
So we'll be there for 6 at the latest.
And it will probably be about 1 a.m. in the morning when we get home. And then we have to unload the car.
That's the worst bit.
So it's going to be getting in bed early Friday morning. But it is Good Friday. So Nicola doesn't have to be up for work. What I'm just going to do is plug the hairdryer in. So that's dry enough. So hopefully we can get a better effect with it. I've got a feeling everything's going to fall off this because I'm rocking about. I've got it.
what's the word?
Stand outish.
Yeah, it's starting to more stand out. Yeah.
You've got to be careful that you don't obviously rub away the
design,
outside and it just
yeah.
all levels out.
It looks better now. It looks more defined.
So let me just
mind that gold you've got the lid off. It's got a lag on it again. Just hang on. There you go. That's it. It's a reasonable angle. That.
So can you see that? Okay.
Yeah.
So there you go. Yeah, I just filled it in with some chalk paint and then sanded back the raised portion. So Nicola said it's more defined now.
Yeah.
That's cool. So right, what I have actually done with one of the tips is, because they all feel pretty similar, the tips that have come with it. Do you want to put the lid back on that, please, Nicola? Thank you. Yeah, all the nibs feel pretty similar. Just slight variations in how the tip is, but they're all pointy tips. It's not even that one. So what I have done is I've just completely turned the tip, the bit around. So what's exposed there now is actually the base of the bit, and they're all round over, radiused. So, and I'm sure Nick Agar just liked using one just like that. So pretty cool. Let's have a go with a, can't remember what, did I put that over there?
Baz is here.
Hi Baz. I'm just feeling for a, that's pretty similar. What's that? That's probably holly. I'll do this holly one with a different, well, I've just flipped the bit around. So I shall just in fact, if I move that over there a bit, make sure I miss that one. So anyway, all of this, it's reassuring to know that it's working. It's fun to do. It's quite a quick process. You know, mind you, at the minute I'm just doing quite simple designs. If you went and, you know, started getting more complex imitated, like very intricate designs and things, obviously the workload and the amount of time would rise accordingly. But what I need to do, can you see this, everybody?
Yes.
Okay, so this is with the tip reversed around, so it's the tip part that you're not supposed to use, but I'm sure Nick likes using them on the round. Let's see what happens anyway. But I'm sure as well you could make your own tips.
Robert Rice, I hope I've pronounced that right, says if you were to use craft paints as the outline colour, all you would have to do is just lightly water it down. The other thing you could use is India ink, again thinned out.
Yeah, good idea. Right, so this is, I'm going to use, instead of a scribbling technique, I'm going to draw sort of like lines going across, but this has left definitely a wider border going around. So doing something. So
I need to make an amendment.
go on.
It's Reese, like Reese's Pieces. Everybody gets it wrong. It's Bob Canada. Bob Canada. And Baz says tattoo gun next, mate.
Yeah.
And Robert Reese says a piece of gold leaf would be amazing.
Yeah. Cool. This is actually a very interesting effect with having this nib. That's a better word. These nibs completely turned around. Right.
Right, okay, some more. Wagger says, just thinking Chris could put an HSS bit in it and use it as a mini power carver for fine detail. Defo getting one. JP says that he'd like you tattoo him on the maker leg, and I said don't tempt him. He says he's serious. Robert Reese says...
Why don't we doubt that?
Robert Reese says from Canada. See, I can't type.
All right, okay.
Robert Bob from Canada.
We get it now. Oh, right. So I'm going to... So this was the nib reversed in the engraver. So the what's done the work here is not intended for it, but I remember Nick Hagar. Can you see?
Let's have a look.
I'm trying to.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that looks good.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it going sort of across like that.
Yeah. And obviously me being me, I started off with the greatest of intentions, but I could feel myself getting a bit organic, which is cool.
Yeah, it looks good.
Can you see it on the phone okay?
Yeah, it's not as good. Just tilt it this way. I know too much. Back there, that's probably your best angle.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you just stay there, if I can get one of the tips, nibs, I've called them everything tonight. So it might be better if you do it, Nicola, and hold it. But that's the pointy end there.
The top bit.
Yeah, that's the bit you're meant to use.
Right.
And then the roll,
Oh right. Okay.
just smooth and rounded.
Oh right. Yeah. So this is pointy.
The pointy is the business end, what you're supposed to use. But on that holly leaf, then I used the other end, which is the part that's supposed to slide into the machine.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, you could put these on the grinder. You could really, you could make your own nibs, engraving nibs. But that's really, really cool. I like that, and in some ways, because it's not a point, it's really a fatter nib, although it's not as pointy, so it doesn't break this like that did then. That is, for me, that is more tactile and sensory, because it's more rutted.
And that would look good, you know, with some colour on the top.
I think that feels better to me.
Yeah. So was that the rounded end you did it
Yeah,
with?
that feels more pleasing to my touch than using the correct side. So that's very good. Yeah, I really like that. So what I will do now is I'll paint that again now, hit it, and then we'll sand it back,
Okay.
just to see. I'll get some.
JP says that he could come all the way up here and then to a tattoo studio and let you have a doodle.
Yeah.
He says he's got a Temple Boy Turnings logo. Said you could do something over the top of that.
Yeah.
Could have a blind woodturner logo on
Yeah.
his leg. Hey, that would be good advertising.
Yeah, permanently. Yeah, yeah. That would be hilarious. Honestly, guys, what are you like? Well, I was bonkers. Well, I am. I know I am.
He's got tattoo guns.
Has he?
Yeah.
That doesn't surprise me. He's got everything. Well, Wagger, adapt one of your tattoo guns to engrave wood. Right then, let's give this a bit of sanding therapy and see if we can get a pleasing effect. So let's just feel where that is.
I said JP should get everybody's workshop stickers put on his leg.
Yes.
So just imagine pulling them all off.
Yeah, on the hairiest part of your body. Could stick them all over your bottom. The Blind Wood Turner channel has just stepped over the line. I don't know what this is like, but Don't know till you try. Oh dear, Nicola's laughing again.
That looks cool. It's definitely got legs.
It's a leaf.
Did you see what I did then?
It's definitely got legs.
It's good.
So, anyway, we are scratching the surface of it. But the main point of us doing this tonight is for me to start getting some better mental imagery.
They're all getting tattoos from you at Makers Central with Wagger's tattoo gun.
Yeah.
They're going to have you on the main stage doing tattoos. Well, doing a tattoo for JP, that's the whole weekend gone.
Yeah.
Sponsored tattoo for speed of sight. Now there's an idea.
Yeah. Honestly, it's going to be a crazy weekend.
We'll just need to get a waiver form signed.
Yeah, waiver forms, disclaimers, all that gubbins. We'll get the paperwork in order. So, what can I have a time check, please?
Yeah, 8:30.
Right, so it's 8:30 now, so I think we'll leave it at that for an hour.
The blue light turner has just got here.
All right.
Evening.
Evening. So anyway, yeah, glad you made it just as we're going. But
Let me get you in camera and then you can just talk before
yeah,
we go.
no, in all
There you go.
seriousness, yeah, this was a lot of fun, easy to do, and a lot faster than you think it is. Obviously, you guys with sight, you could, use tracings or just freehand draw stuff. But for me, stencils would be the way to go to get some degree of professionalism and accuracy. But lots and lots of fun. Where's the other one? Was that on the other side?
Yeah, the first one we did.
So let's just remind you all. So the first one there.
Just say thank you to Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
We'll catch you soon.
Yeah, so the first one was the oak leaf, and I did sort of like just a doodling effect in between the lines to engrave that, and that feels pretty cool. And then the next one was I did a more intricate Celtic design, and you can still feel the outline and the ridge. In some places I've almost completely sanded it away, but proof of concept, I can engrave adequately well with a stencil, and it wouldn't absolutely destroy a piece of work. So more practice needed, but I hope that has given you all some more ideas and inspired something. I think it's a really cool tool, and obviously you can use them for engraving metal and all sorts of stuff. Leather, they work very well on leather, metal. So yeah, obviously they're used a lot in the jewellery industry and for security marking and things. But Nick Agar uses his on wood, so I thought I would get one and have a mess with it. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Which tool is it, Chris?
It is this one. If you just have a good look at it, the design, the shape. Am I in frame?
Yeah, just up a bit. That's better.
Okay, so remember that it's a bit of a ray gun shape. Boom, boom, space gun. You have your on-off switch at the back, and then this dial that lets you to alter the severity of the engraving, and you get a selection of interchangeable bits that are just held in with one hex key. screw. Easy peasy. So that's on its maximum. That's on its minimum. So straight away it doesn't sound as severe, does it? You can hear it rattle more when it's on high. So yeah, very easy to use. Just hold it like you would a Dremel, a rotary tool, you know, a pen, and have fun. Very effective. Yeah, cool. It's a great little doodad. Obviously, you can get better ones, more professional ones. It just depends on your budget. And for the amount that I will use one, it's probably best that I keep it nice and cheap. Obviously, if you're a professional engraver, you'd go for state-of-the-art stuff. Right, so that's me done. I've had fun hanging out with you guys again. Any final questions?
No, I think that's it really. Robert Rees just said you could pick an idea, Google it under colouring pages and then transfer it onto card as well.
Yeah, and then if Nicola cut around that with a craft knife and make the stencil for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, the sky's the limit. The possibilities are endless, aren't they?
Yeah.
And of course you could buy maybe stencils, because you can get stencils for airbrushing, can't you, that are plastic as well. So yeah, there'll be lots and lots of stencils out there. If you've got laser cutters and all that sort of stuff, you can make your own stencils and obviously apply whatever design you want to your turnings, or you know, your flat work, your cabinetry, whatever. Lots of fun. Great potential in the hands of woodworkers and wood turners, really. That's what I'm getting at. Yeah, as an artistic tool. Yeah. Right then.
Cool then.
Right, so we're going to sign off now, folks. So wherever you are in the world, have a great evening, have a great day, have a great morning. And yes, we're off to Northampton on Thursday. So next time we're back will be Monday evening for the podcast.
Yeah, and Steve Twidell is doing a live. Not sure what time is he doing it. Is it 9 o'clock? And I think he's making some darts as well. So do go and check him out and say hello over there.
What, tonight?
Yeah.
Making what, turning darts?
Yeah, I think so. The comments have gone. I'm just sort of flitting between my laptop and the phone. But yeah, go and say hello to Steve as well. So yeah, that's it from us. Thank you all for watching across the world, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Yeah, keep on turning and keep kicking life in the backside, and yeah, keep being inspired and inspiring others as well. So thanks a lot, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Finish.
Double click it.
Finish.